Hello, ladies and gentlemen, craft spirit enthusiasts, and those interested in the intoxicating world of craft distilleries, cideries, meaderies, wineries, and the occasional foray into breweries. It's Rich Shane, and welcome to Fermented Adventure, the podcast, where we bring you the fascinating people that are making the mash, fermenting, distilling, bottling, pouring, and delivering to you some of the finest libations in the world. Before we get started, here are a few housekeeping items. Thank you for bringing the podcast into wherever you are and whatever you're doing. We truly are grateful that you have chosen to listen and make us part of your day. It would mean the world to us if you left a 5-star review. This helps us climb in the rankings, and it makes it easier for others to find us. Don't hesitate to leave us your comments as well. If the podcast didn't meet your expectations, tell us why. We're always striving to improve. You can find us at fermentedadventure.com. We are on Instagram and Facebook as Fermented Adventure. Email us at fermentedadventure@gmail.com. All right, FA Nation, let's meet our guests. Today's episode is a toast to legacy and innovation as we celebrate a collection of wineries, breweries, distilleries, cideries, and meaderies reaching milestone anniversaries this year. These businesses have not only perfected their craft, but also become integral in the cultural and historical fabric of their communities. So grab your favorite glass of wine, pint of beer, dram of whiskey, or gobble of mead, and join us as we journey through the incredible milestones of 2025. Let's start with the world of wine, where a blend of heritage and craftsmanship defines the industry. Duckhorn Vineyards turns 50. In Napa Valley, California, Duckhorn Vineyards is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. Founded in 1975 by Dan and Margaret Duckhorn, the winery started with a mission to create world-class wines inspired by Bordeaux blends. What set Duckhorn apart early on was its focus on Merlot, a grape often overshadowed by Cabernet Sauvignon at the time. Their 1982 Three Palms Vineyard Merlot earned critical acclaim and put Merlot on the map in the United States. Over the years, Duckhorn has expanded its portfolio with other varietals and even launched companion brands like Decoy Wines, appealing to a broader audience. The estate remains a symbol of Napa's winemaking prestige and continues to earn accolades for its consistency and elegance. Here's a fun fact. In 2021, Duckhorn Vineyards became the first Napa Valley winery to go public, a testament to its success and legacy. Chateau d'Yquem turns 410. On the other side of the Atlantic, Chateau d'Yquem, a Bordeaux estate in France, is marking its astonishing 410 years in winemaking. The historic winery, known for its Sauterne wines, has been in operation since 1615. Its hallmark is its sweet golden dessert wine made from grapes affected by noble rot, Botrytis cinerea, which concentrates sugars and flavors. D'Yquem wines are legendary for their complexity, ageability, and ability to pair with everything from foie gras to simple blue cheese. A single bottle can age gracefully for over a century, making it a collector's dream. The estate's history is steeped in innovation and resilience, including surviving wars and navigating modern climate challenges to uphold its reputation as one of the finest producers in the world. New Belgium Brewing turns 35 years old. In Fort Collins, Colorado, New Belgium Brewing celebrates its 35th anniversary in 2025. Founded by Jeff Lebish and Kim Jordan in 1990, the brewery began as a small operation inspired by Jeff's biking trip through Belgium, where he fell in love with the country's beer styles. New Belgium's first beer, Fat Tire, a Belgian-style amber ale, became a household name, launching the brewery into the national spotlight. The company has also been a trailblazer in sustainability. It was one of the first breweries in the U.S. to become 100% employee-owned and has made significant strides in reducing its carbon footprint, including installing solar panels and treating wastewater on site. Did you know New Belgium was one of the earliest breweries to champion sour beers in the U.S., introducing their Lips of Faith series, which showcased wild ales and barrel-aged brews? Fuller's Brewery turns 180 years. Across the pond, Fuller's Brewery in London, England, is celebrating 180 years of brewing excellence. Founded in 1845, Fuller's is iconic for its traditional British ales, such as London Pride, ESB, and 1845 Anniversary Ale, brewed to commemorate their centennial. Fuller's Griffin Brewery in Chiswick is steeped in history, not just for its beers, but also for its role in the community. The brewery has been a gathering place for Londoners for generations, and its heritage ales have won numerous awards for their balance and consistency. Fuller's also reflects the British brewing tradition, focusing on cask ales and seasonable beers that emphasize quality ingredients and craftsmanship. Maker's Mark celebrates 70 years. Loretto, Kentucky is home to Maker's Mark Distillery, which turns 70 years old in 2025. Founded by Bill Samuels Sr. in 1955, Maker's Mark brought a touch of sophistication to bourbon with its focus on small batch production and a sweeter, gentler flavor profile, thanks to its use of red winter wheat instead of rye. The red wax sealed bottles, hand dipped on site, became an iconic symbol of quality and innovation. Over the years, Maker's Mark has expanded its offerings with new releases like Maker's 46 and private barrel selections, continuing to capture the hearts of bourbon lovers worldwide. Glenfarclas Distillery turns 190 years. Scotland's Glenfarclas Distillery is celebrating an incredible 190 years in operation. Established in 1835, this family-owned distillery is renowned for its sherry cask-aged single malts, which offer rich, complex flavors of dried fruits, nuts, and spices. Glenfarclas is one of the few distilleries in Scotland still run by the founding family, a rarity in today's corporate whiskey world. Glenfarclas is also home to one of the most extensive collections of vintage single malts, with releases spanning decades. Their Family Cask series, featuring whiskeys from every year since the 1950s, is a treasure trove for collectors. Casey Jones Distillery is marking a decade of American whiskey and moonshine production with the release of a special limited edition Founders 10th Anniversary blend. In homage to the distillery's namesake and master distiller Arlen A.J. Jones' grandfather, the formidable Kentucky moonshiner Alfred Casey Jones, the Founders 10th Anniversary edition is a unique blend of Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey and barrel cut, a proprietary spirit distilled from corn and cane. It is bottled at 103.3 proof. Irish Distillers, a Pernod Ricard company and makers of some of the world's most well-known and successful Irish whiskeys, will honor the rich 200-year distilling heritage of the world-renowned Middleton Distillery with a schedule of celebratory whiskey launches and events throughout 2025. Middleton Distillery has spent the past 2 centuries building a reputation for excellence, and today it is the proud home of award-winning whiskey brands including Jameson, Redbreast, Middleton Very Rare, Powers, The Spot Whiskies, Method and Madness, and Napogue Castle. The distillery was first acquired by the Murphy family in 1825, eventually becoming part of the Cork Distilleries Company, following the amalgamation of local distilleries in 1867. In 1966, the Cork Distilleries Company merged with John Power & Son and John Jameson & Son to form Irish Distillers, and in 1975, the Middleton site was expanded to facilitate the move of the 2 famous Irish whiskey distilling houses to their new home. Woodchuck Hard Cider, 35 years. Wow. Middleton, Vermont's Woodchuck Hard Cider is turning 35 years old in 2025. Known for its pioneering role in the American craft cider movement, Woodchuck's flagship Amber Cider introduced many Americans to hard cider for the first time. The brand has since expanded its offerings to include seasonal and experimental ciders like Prosecco and Sangria cider, keeping them at the forefront of the cider industry. Redstone Meadery celebrates 25 years. In Boulder, Colorado, Redstone Meadery is marking its 25th anniversary, specializing in both traditional and modern meads. Redstone has reimagined the ancient beverage for today's drinkers. Their sparkling meads, like Sunshine Nectar, offer a light, refreshing twist, while the traditional styles pay homage to mead's rich history. As we celebrate these remarkable milestones, we are reminded that fermentation is more than just a process. It's a legacy in art form and a connection to our shared history. These businesses have stood the test of time, balancing tradition with innovation to delight generations of drinkers. Thank you for joining us on this special edition of Fermented Adventure, the podcast. If you know of other businesses celebrating milestone anniversaries this year, let us know. We'd love to raise a glass to them as well. Until next time, Cheers!